Alright, let's make another video. So, spoiler reviews continue, spoiler videos continue, and let's talk about Spider-Man. And this is not really cheating, I already saw it anyways. So, let's talk about Spider-Man, how it's relatable to Iron Man, how it's relatable to Iron Man 3, and even the one I kind of saw, but I didn't actually really recognize until someone actually just pointed it out. So, yeah, this is kind of a little bit cheating. How it actually is relatable to the original Spider-Man 2. At least the good news is that it didn't actually try to compare itself to Amazing Spider-Man 2. That's the good news, right? I mean, oh my gosh, if they actually tried to find some way to make it like that, there's really no true way. I mean, I guess you kind of can actually say that. No. It does, because remember, Amazing Spider-Man 2, Gwen Stacy dies. And they actually threw MJ off of something and she was falling to her doom. It's like, yeah, Mysterio made that little illusion of her falling to her doom. And it's like, I kind of sort of don't want to even think of being like, oh yeah, they did try to incorporate. It's like, no, Amazing Spider-Man 2 had a lot more stuff than just that. I mean, yes, that was the big selling point of, will she die? Will she not die? Will she die? Will she not die? And it's like, maybe we can kind of actually say that they kind of by accident incorporate Amazing Spider-Man 2, because they did have the thing of, is Mysterio actually a good guy? Is he a bad guy? Is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? It's like, yeah. So anyways, how is relatable to Iron Man? Oh, it's just basically how they did have Iron Man, like one mural of Iron Man in the very beginning of the movie. They did have that, and that's one thing. But the main thing of reason how it's actually like Iron Man is because they had that moment where he had to make a brand new suit, and he had like all his suits on there, even though Iron Man, he only just had one suit, and then he trashed it and stuff and started brand new and put in a separate server. This one most likely is, of course, in a separate server. Of course it is. It's like, yeah, of course it is. And he actually made a suit, and they actually put AC/DC on. And it was like, yeah, it just touched you right there. It's like, oh my gosh. You do the suit, I'll make the tunes. It's like, I'll control the tunes. And it's like, oh man. Oh. So how is it relatable to Iron Man 3? Well, like he said in Iron Man 3, I make my own demons. And it's even worse. Actually, no. What's worse is just the fact that for two actual movies straight, he did make demons and had to deal with. Vulture got pissed off because he made the crap, I forgot the name of their crew, but he made a crew, and the crew actually cleans up all of the disasters made by Avengers and maybe even Heroes, but I kind of think it's just Avengers. So yeah, it's like that, and he got pissed off and he decided to actually, you know, yeah, upgrade him, boys. But more than anything, it's like, yeah, Vulture kind of sort of came from Iron Man. And in this movie, Mysterio definitely came from Iron Man. Like I said in the previous video, that one guy who was got yelled at by Obadiah Stane should be fucking happy, because number one, he should be in prison right now, because he actually was an accomplice in making the Ironmonger armor. So technically, he should be in jail, A, or B, the Mandarin, even though the Mandarin's a wuss, the Mandarin would kill every single person, because you know, um, even if he's not even involved with it, because Obadiah Stane was alone. He killed all the freaking sector of the one sector of the Ten Rings. He did it alone. Actually, no, he did have a squadron of. Yeah, he actually did have men with guns, so he didn't really truly do it alone. But still, the freaking scientists in that room didn't and wasn't a part of him killing them. So he definitely doesn't have any bone to pick with them on that. But on the other hand, I guess technically what should really have happened is that all the scientists who made the Ironmonger armor, but they couldn't make the power source, he would have kidnapped every single last one of those scientists and freaking beat the holy shit out of them until they actually make the freaking Ironmonger armor for him. A Legion of Ironmonger armor. And then as soon as they say, oh yeah, but we don't have the power source, we can't make the power source. Yeah, this time around, instead of getting yelled at, you're gonna get freaking beaten the shit out of you until you do make the damn power source. And then you're gonna be like the same way, like, yeah, but the technology's not here. It's like, yep, the Mandarin will get his people and you will get freaking tortured to freaking death. So yeah, congratulations. Now you feel like actually feel like Tony Stark being in a cave somewhere, forced to try to actually have to make the Ironmonger armor. So taking to go full circle where it's like, yeah, instead of just one person, now it's a bunch of scientists. And I'm pretty sure as soon as you have a legion of Ironmonger armors, they technically need just one scientist to actually figure out the power source. So one by one, yeah, I mean, it writes itself. It actually is very explanatory of where it's like, yeah, pretty sure. Even though the Mandarin is a wuss, pretty sure he still would actually kill your ass. And it's like, yes. So you should be fucking happy that the Mandarin is a complete idiot, because if he wasn't an idiot, you wouldn't be there with Mysterio. You actually would have been kidnapped and sent to wherever he is in a work camp somewhere, forced to make Ironmonger armor and a power source. And if you can't get the power source, the last person, I don't know. It's like, yes, he can kill many of them, but I'm pretty sure he might actually torture them to the point of where it's like they can still work, but oh man, they're pushed to the freaking limit to the point of driven insane. So it's like, you should be fucking happy you're alive right now. Because there's many others that aren't alive. It's like, yeah, it's like, what about Maya? Maya's not fucking alive at all. Outers kill him. Yeah, so basically, yeah, he made his own demons. He made Mysterio. He made that big point of where it's like, oh my gosh, he has drone strikes that he can actually make, and it's like, oh good lord. Yeah, so he made his own demons. He still actually is a weapon manufacturer, even though he is stepping away from manufacturing weapons. And yeah, but he actually, for me personally, I think the worst part about it all is the fact of, if there's a no, it's another global catastrophe dealing with a freaking damn invasion, some of the drones actually got destroyed. So since some of the drones got destroyed, that means that technically you kind of are a little bit outgunned a little bit, because, well, Mysterio's a bastard. So it's like, yeah, all the drones that were destroyed could actually have helped with this whole invasion, because, well, an invasion comes from the sky. He can release all the drones and have, yeah, but since some of them actually got destroyed, it could actually be overwhelmed from the alien army. I'm just saying. Next coming alien army. And it's like, thanks, Mysterio, you're an idiot. Now, how is it relatable to Spider-Man 2? Oh, very simple. Because it's a sequel. And this one I caught a little bit of it, but it didn't really actually get noticed by me until later. Oh, I forgot. One thing that's like Iron Man 3 is that he actually had a anxiety with everyone being like, are you going to be the new Tony Stark? And it's like, yeah, are you the new Iron Man? And it's like, yeah. It's like they asked too many freaking damn questions that overwhelmed him, and he got an anxiety attack. Now for Spider-Man 2, in Spider-Man 2, what happened in that one is kind of the Spider-Man No More plot. But they were able to do it even better because, well, organic webbing. So, what really happened is just that the Peter Tingle, oh my gosh, the spider sense of his actually was kind of waning. It kind of actually wasn't working as good as it could because he was doubting himself. While in Spider-Man 2, it was more like he didn't know exactly what he wanted. So that's the good news of where it's like for his Spider-Man, he know what he wanted, so he's able to still climb through the walls. He's able to still climb through walls. He's able to web swing, still actually able to use strength. just that his spider sense was hindered to the point of where it's like it's not actually there. And it's like, And of course, one thing I should actually note is many people actually know it's like, oh my gosh, but the spider sense, you can't really tell. And it's like, yeah, except for the hairs on his. The thing is that when it comes to spider sense, it's just like powering up, turning Super Saiyan, or shooting a blast. The thing is that you can do the flashy stuff, the where it's like you know exactly what's going on, or you can do the actual real thing that's happening, which is it's flashy so we know what's going on. But on the other hand, if they don't show it, it's kind of because it's implied. It means that it's happening. It's just that we don't get in flashy actually show that it happens. So the spider sense this time around doesn't have that flashiness of what happened in Tobey Maguire's slash Sam Raimi's, or what happened in Webb's, aka Matthew Garfield. I mean, Andrew Garfield. Yep, and everyone's now gonna stab me because I said that. I'm sorry, I tried my best. Yeah, but that's really what happened. It's amazing. It's like, yeah, truly amazing. Not actually amazing Spider-Man. This is actually amazing. That they actually put this line in there, and it's like, if you noticed, which is like, I did notice it, it's just that I just figured he actually had stuff on his mind instead of, it's based on the fact of he had that spider sense going off like crazy in excuse me, Infinity War. And then he, as soon as it came back, it's like, it's just like the symbiote. In a way, it's just like the symbiote, where it's like it actually went all crazy, but as soon as, symbiote went on him, it hindered his spider sense. Yeah, so he actually had to reintroduce himself to the spider sense and actually even learn it better. Which, just like I said, how, the freaking movies could learn a thing or two from Spectacular Spider-Man. Spectacular Spider-Man had the same exact point by point, where it's like, yeah, he had to actually use his spider sense to defeat Mysterio. Yeah, special thanks to Liz Allen. And Liz Allen in that series was pretty awesome. Yeah, it deserves to be mentioned. She was pretty awesome in that series, and at least the good news is that in this version of the movie, she did actually get to have limelight, even though they mixed a little bit of stuff up where she actually has a bad guy father instead of having a bad guy brother. Which, even so, it's like, yeah, they still made her actually interesting, even in Spectacular Spider-Man, because her brother, she didn't really have a brother actually. So they decided to be like, yeah, but Multi-Men is more impressive and more actually, oh man, if you actually allow him to be related to somebody, so you actually have sympathy for him instead of just be some random rando. And it's like, well, why should I care about him?